Man, like, where's Asta?
Yeah, he said to meet him here.
Hey guys! Finally, you're here, us.
Are you guys okay?
What? What happened to you?
Nothing really. I've just been training. Gotta get stronger, right?
It's only been 6 months. Hello everyone, Kaiser here, and today I'm back with a new video, which is me showing off my all-new Asta custom action figure, based off of his post-time skip design. I was really excited to make this because, for the longest time I've had my old Asta custom action figure, like, not really in my display, but I still kept it. And looking back, if there's one way I have to describe that figure, it would probably be this.
Know your fucking place, trash.
So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of some of my old work, so I decided to remake Asta. And while I did have a few ideas for how I wanted to go about making a new Asta, after some time, I saw that he had gotten a new design from the post time skip, as you saw in the comic. So I decided to make that design because I will admit, it does look pretty cool. And I hope you guys enjoy what I have to say about it, because again, I'm really excited. So let's get into it. So here is the custom Asta figure, and I think I did a pretty good job with what I wanted to do, since there were a few challenges that came along the way as I was building this. But let's get into what I actually used to make this figure. For the main body, I used a Ultra Instinct Goku from the Dragon Ball Evolve series. The biceps, or just the shoulders in general, are made from I believe it was a bootleg Spider-Man. And the arms also, well yeah, the shoulders are from a bootleg Spider-Man. The arms themselves are from a bootleg Dragon Ball Z figure, and I'll get into that a little bit later. The legs are from the bootleg Teen Gohan figure that I've had for a while. I thought the legs looked pretty good for the pants, and again, I'll get into that later. The boots and the shoes are a mix of a Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Evolve Vegeta and a Superman. And the face, or head in general, is from an SH Figure Arts Naruto. So yeah, there were definitely a lot of pieces that went into this, and it did take a little bit of work getting them all to look good. So let's get into that, starting with the torso, actually. So as you can see, the torso is pretty much the Dragon Ball Evolve figure. I didn't do much in terms of like changing it. All I really did was paint the scar that he has on his lower torso and add like the jacket. I think this is a jacket. That's what I'm gonna call it. But it seems very skin tight, so I wasn't exactly sure. But all that really is a piece of black cloth that I cut and just placed on the figure. For the shoulders, all I really did was paint them, honestly, except for a lot of sanding that I had to do. I think the arms could count out. So yeah, the arms or the shoulders, I had to sand down quite a lot so that they would look proportionate to the actual body. I'll show some work in progress pictures, but as you can see, originally they looked a bit too big, at least in my opinion, so I decided to shave them down, and I think they look pretty good. For the arms themselves, as I said, these were a bootleg, I think it was a bootleg Goku figure, and what I did was I cut the shoulder, the original shoulder, off, and I pretty much drilled and like dremeled into the arm itself so that the shoulder could actually fit in there, and it does. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I was not sure if that was going to work. And after that, all I really did was paint the arms black from to the shoulder to like a little bit over the forearm. So it was pretty simple to do. Put that back in. Oh, well, actually, one thing I did in order to get the arms to fit in was, I believe this trick was from Bad Toys, where you take a piece of plastic wrap, put it over a joint, and then put hot glue into the connecting hole, and like squeeze it in so that it can fit. That's pretty much what I did in order to get this shoulder to fit in the Dragon Ball Evolved body, and it works pretty well. Whoop. So going to the legs, like I said before, these were originally a pair of bootleg Teen Gohan legs, like the SH Figure Arts type. And all I really did was I took some black cloth and wrapped it around the legs so that it would look seamless, since I thought if I had just painted over them, it wouldn't look as good. And if I can take this apart, the belts. This is just made out of a piece of cloth. And the book, like the original book I made, is still there along with the little holster. I just put it more in the back of the belt so it wouldn't get in the way of the arms. I like how this came out compared to my original belt. And for the cloth, I also wrapped it around his crotch piece. Another thing I wanted to do was, the joints here are from one of the Fortnite figures, like the same Fortnite figures I use in order to make like My Hero females. So all I really did was I took that joint, I dremeled into the leg, if you can see, probably not, but I did dremel into the leg in order to get a working thigh swivel. Again, I was really surprised that I was able to do that. And for the boots, they're pretty simple. Like I said, just a pair of Superman boots with the feet of a Dragon Ball Evolved Vegeta. So let's get them back together, because the most important thing I want to talk about is the head. So the head, like I said before, this was made out of a Naruto SH Figure Arts head. And the reason I did this was because, one, it had a headband, so it would have been easier to make the head, and two, I could use alternate faces to give Asta some alternate faces. And while I do like how this came out, like I really do, I was talking with a few people and they agreed that the head could be a bit bigger compared to the body. And yeah, I will agree, it's kind of weird, but I'm kind of a stubborn person. Like, when it comes to figures, if I want something to work, I'm going to try my hardest in order to make it work. And that's pretty much what I did with Asta. And like I said, I'm glad the head turned out so well, but I probably could have found another head that would have worked better, but that's not really important. So the headband is just a piece of black electrical tape with the details on it. And the hair was probably one of the hardest parts to do because, I don't know why, but anime hair is pretty hard to sculpt. I'll show some work in progress pictures, but at first I used just clay in order to get that look, and it didn't work out so well. He ended up looking like KO off of OK KO. And so what I did was I sculpted mostly the inside of the head, if you can see. And then I used strips of paper, I think it was strips of paper or tape, to make like the spikes. And as you can see, I did that for the bangs, the bangs on top of his head, over his face, and in the back. And I also took a piece of wire and used it to make that little hair flick that he has. Again, I really like how this came out. And that's not all. Like I said, he does come with some alternate faces, so I will show that right now. He comes with a alternate stern or serious face, and with an angry yelling face. And he also comes with a pair of gripping hands, so you can grip his sword. Now, like the book, it's the same sword as my old Asta had. I just kind of updated it a bit, just painted it, so it can look a bit better. But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to give this guy a few accessories. For articulation, his head can swivel side to side. It can go a bit up and down, but not too much. One thing I forgot to mention is the little cape that I made for him. This is just made out of a piece of cloth, and I made the black bull symbol. I added some gold thread along the edges, and I added a little yellow gem in order to make that little connector piece. And as you can see, I used some red thread in order to, loop it around his neck in order to get that look. Here's the back. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Now, onto articulation. Head can move side to side or swivel. The arms can move out about that far. And they can go forward and back. He has a bicep swivel on both arms. Single jointed elbow. For the fist, they only swivel, but for the alternate gripping hands, which I also believe for a Superman hands, they have a hinge. He can swivel here and swivel at the waist. He does also have a bit of an ab crunch, so it can go that far forward, that far back. He has, his legs can move that far forward, that far back. He has double jointed knees, which are a bit restricted due to the cloth, but it still works out pretty well. And his legs can go out to the side. Oh, and thigh swivel, of course. He has a boot swivel, and his ankles can go up, down, swivel as well. And he does have an ankle pivot. So the articulation is actually pretty good. One thing I would change is probably find a way to make the arms double jointed, but the single jointed arms work as well. And as I will show off, you can get this guy into quite a lot of poses, and I like that. Now, let's get on to size comparison. And here we have Asta standing next to what I consider the old big three and the new big three, which consists of Naruto, Goku, and Luffy, and Boruto and Midoriya. You can disagree with me all you want, this is just how I think it is. But yeah, I say he scales pretty well with them. I think that he's a bit taller than Midoriya, which technically speaking isn't accurate. He's supposed to be around 5 feet. But I still think it works pretty well since, it's been a while. Like, if we're talking about the time skip, it's been about 6 months. He's probably grown since then. But I still like how he fits in with the rest of my new big three here. So yeah, that is my custom Asta figure, newly done, and I'm gonna be honest, I love it. I put a lot of work into this. There are a few things that I would change, but as it stands right now, I love it. And I hope you guys love it too. I hope you guys enjoy some of the stuff that I have coming out, since I have some big stuff planned, including a few other YouTubers. Yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I hope you guys enjoy those videos when it comes out. And I also hope you enjoy the little photo shoot I did of Asta, because I was way too excited for this. But yeah, I tried a few new things with this video, and I think they're gonna hopefully turn out well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
That my words alone will save me. I know it takes more. I wish you and I could find